Thank you very much for joining and welcome everyone on Facebook, on Zoom. I'm sure today you will attend one of our very most successful webinars because it's a very, at the same time rare, but also very important topic. And we have today the whole team here for you to explain two study programs together with Eileen and me, who will be helping attendees and our guest speakers to moderate today's webinar. So as you know, my name is Nino. I'm from Georgia, but right now I'm in Bremen. So before we start, I will have a small introduction about the field, about the study programs, and also I will give you some overview about the universities and of course present our speakers. However, before I start, I would like to ask Eileen, who is our moderator, main moderator today, to please share a bit of information about herself and about MyGermanUniversity.
Thank you, Nino, and thank you for all our special guests for joining us today. So my name is Eileen, and I am Brazilian. I'm currently in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. It's very sunny outside, but I was once an international student in Germany. So I'm also very happy to be able to share a part of my personal experience with you guys and to give you also some hope that it's possible, because both Nino and I and a lot of our colleagues were also international students in Germany. So today I will introduce MyGermanUniversity a little bit, and then, like Nino said, I will be in the background answering your questions in the Q&A section. Let me just start the presentation. All right, I think you can see my screen now, yeah? Okay, so
all good.
Yeah. So first, let me introduce MyGermanUniversity, and it's very important to clarify that even though we do have the word university in our name, we are not a university and we are not a scholarship foundation. We are actually Germany's largest database for English taught study programs, and our mission is to help international students in their journey to studying in Germany. So this is our study finder, which is the database. This is the short version that you see when you go to our homepage, www.mygermanuniversity.com. But then if you click on this tab, you will find an extended version with lots and lots of filters that you can use to look for the perfect program for you. Another resource that we have on our website are articles about various topics related to studying in Germany, and they are very detailed articles, and you can get a lot of useful information and also links to external resources that you will need in your journey, along your journey, until from looking for a program until getting your visa and your residence permit when you are already in Germany. So make sure to take a look at all of them. And as you know, we also have live webinars every week. Today is a subject-specific webinar, but we also have more general webinars about application strategies, updates regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, scholarships, UniAssist, visa, and much more. So make sure to sign up for our upcoming webinars. And we are very proud to have a very international team. Our startup is based in Hamburg, Germany, but we have people working from different parts of the world and people who come also from different parts of the world, and we are very proud of that. And we have articles in English, but they are also being translated into Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and also Chinese now. So we hope you can take advantage of all of our languages in which we offer counseling. And I think about MyGermanUniversity, and that's it, because then now Nino will continue with the presentation and introduce our guests to you. So I would like to thank you very much for joining us. I will go in the background now. If you are on Facebook, I posted the Zoom ID there if you want to join this webinar on Zoom, or you can also leave your questions in the comments section on Facebook. So thank you all for being here today with us, and I give it back to you now, Nino.
Thank you, Eileen, so much for the introduction. As Eileen has mentioned, the Zoom ID is posted there, and it has a reason, because if you are joining us on Zoom, you are more interactive with us, because we primarily will be checking the questions in Q&A, and I encourage all of you to take this opportunity and to ask, actively participate in Q&A, post your questions, and Eileen and guest speakers will be happy to answer them. At the same time, if you are referring to a particular program, it will be also easier if you mention the program name or the name of our guest speakers to whom the question is referred. So it's easier for us to coordinate and give you the best answer possible. Okay, I will not take much of your time. However, I will have a small introduction, so to say, to today's webinar, which is studying engineering, energy systems and ecosystems in Germany. All right, so many tabs open here. Let's start. As you see on a slide, we have very special guests, 3 of them today, from 2 universities presenting 2 programs. And you can see everything on a slide. Today we have Professor Dr. Markus Goldbrunner. Sorry if I mispronounce it. We also have Veronika Jancokova and Gerd Hofmann. Okay, so our guest speakers, if you wish, you can leave your cameras as it is right now, or you can turn them off for a while, and also to mute yourself in case you wish so. So before we start, I would like to mention 2 databases which are really important because when you're searching for study programs, you should be aware of them. The first one is Hochschulkompass, which is offered by German's Rectors Conference, and there you can find mostly, there you can find many study programs. However, they are mostly in German. You can see that in energy systems and ecosystems, you can find 62-degree programs. However, out of this number, only 24 programs are in English, and you can see the outlook, how it looks, the Hochschulkompass on a page. Later on, when Eileen has time, she will be sharing the link with you in a chat. So also we forgot to mention that we pay attention to a chat, because Eileen and other speakers will be sharing the links in the chat, which will be very important, and you can also note them down or open them somewhere so that you can refer to them later on. As Eileen has already showed to you, for English taught programs, the biggest database or the largest database is MyGermanUniversity. When we were applying, this didn't exist, so it was harder to find programs. But however, now it's easier. You can use very useful filters, like with language requirements. If you have already the grade from IELTS or TOEFL, you can also write your grade there, and then this filter will sort out the programs and show only the ones that are applicable to you. You can use it to sort by studies, of course, fields of studies, program names, and finances. Recently, I came across lots of emails and messages from international students saying that my dream is to come to Germany. And I'm always saying that this dream is really realistic, because Germany gives you lots of opportunities to study for free in a public university, except of the federal and Baden-Württemberg, but it's a different case. There are also some different programs which are joint programs that may have some fees, but however, more like majority of programs are for free, which is a great opportunity for you to apply and start your journey here in Germany, as Eileen and I did it. So as you can see, for energy system and ecosystem, there are 40 programs in on our database. Out of them, 4 are for bachelor and 36 are master programs. And it's really common that there are fewer bachelor programs in English offered in German rather than master, which is the case for mostly all the study fields, I would say. Okay.
I think Nino.
Besides of it, we have a very nice source, I would say, which is subject pages, where you can find the information energy system. Yes, Eileen?
I think your connection was breaking and you were mute for a while.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we also have subject pages. I hope you can all hear me. Sorry for this. Where you can see all the rankings and the universities, all the general information about application fees, admission, language requirements, and out of that, then you can see the programs, the universities and the programs in the field, so that you can choose easily. One more thing that we would like to tell is our pro tip, which is saying that yes, rankings, names, cities do matter, but it should be your own ranking. It should be the things that you are prioritizing. For example, be it a unique program or a program that has particular subject which you are interested in, or a particular professor maybe who is famous in your field and you want to attend his courses. So try not to be guided by these very famous names only, but also to take into account your own desire and your own best ranked program, so to say. Okay, now I would like to talk about the 2 types of universities. In Germany, roughly saying, there are 2 types of universities, which are which also takes incorporate also universities of applied sciences. So your universities, we differentiate, you may ask, and the answer is because there are like usually the main difference is about the study style, I would say. One is oriented. The difference about earlier, because universities of applied sciences do have programs, so it's not the biggest difference anymore. All right. Another thing is when you use our study finder, and you are searching for a program, for example, word by word called ecosystem or energy system. So here we have some of the names, and you see that the programs are for free. There are programs with two. So you can see the names, for example, renewable energy and e-mobility, global change, ecosystem, science and policy. So it's not necessarily the name of today's webinar, which will be always appearing in a program much of the time now, and especially because my connection wasn't that good. I will introduce our first guest speaker, who is Markus Goldbrunner, and who will be presenting Renewable Energy Systems Master's Program. So you can locate the university here and a small outlook about the university as well on the left side of the slide. So the floor is yours, and thank you again for joining.
So I want to welcome you for an introduction to our Master Renewable Energy Systems. It is an international master program at the Faculty of Engineering. And yeah, I want to introduce you a little bit. Perhaps first, the job profile. So when you study our master, you have a lot of options to work on. For example, as a planner, as a government officer, utility agent, project developer, scientist, reproducers, and so on. So you have a lot of possibilities for jobs in or after our master. The skill profile, I want to show you an example of a German job offer. It's from Bosch. It's a system engineer and development engineer. And here you see, for example, they need, for example, a system understanding. Here it's in German, but in English it's a system understanding. They want team-orientated. They want independence or self-reliance. They want analytic approach and so on. And all these things, we look that we have, that we lecture these things in our master. And here is the concept of our master. The concept is we have theory lectures in renewable technologies, for example. Here you see, for example, wind energy, photovoltaic, solar thermal, then bioenergy, energy efficiency, geothermal, and so on. And on the other side, you have lectures on engineering methods for modeling and simulation, measurement projects, development, and also literature research. And we give also a framework in energy policy and energy economics. And then the core of this concept of this master is that you have a lot of projects where, for example, 10 students are developing, for example, a new energy system for a building or off-grid systems. So all these theoretical things, we have big projects, and in these projects, the students are learning to handle with these theories. This is the concept, and here you see what, for example, in the first term, you have laboratory courses. It's an introduction on some fields. I will show it later. And you have also, for example, a lecture on energy efficiency and energy measurement. And then here you have, in the first term, your first system module. Here it's urban area energy systems. So, for example, you make a new energy concept for a building, or something like this. Then we have here also scientific research seminars. These are topics, or there are different topics where the students have to work on. They have to make a report, and they have to make a lot of research and so on. And then they are making it or writing it in a report. And then you have one base model, it's system analysis and control. I will explain it a little bit later. What are these contents of these lecture? Then in the second term, you have the second project. It's an off-grid energy systems. We're working on off-grid energy systems. And the third project is to work on industrial energy systems. So it's an energy system for, I say, bigger industrial plants or something like this. Then we have also in the second term base modules, for example, numerical methods, computational simulation, and so on. And here also the framework, energy policies, and economics. And in the third term, you have the master thesis. So the first term, these urban area energy systems, only some examples. What are the contents? We have here solar thermal and PV content. We have geothermal. We have heating and cooling. We are simulating with MATLAB, and we make investment calculations, and so on. So you make a really whole project on this term. The second term, we have the off-grid energy systems. Here are the contents: wind, electronic power, engineering, and electric energy storage. And in the third project, this industrial energy systems, we have, for example, bioenergy solid, bioenergy fermentation content. We have combined heat and power, and cold and heat storage. These are the contents in these projects. Perhaps to the base modules, I want to say some words. The first thing is the system analysis and control. Here you are learning a lot about modeling and control. You are learning about control targets and implementation, about system characterization, about primary and secondary control management, and the optimization of the systems. Then the laboratory course, it's an introduction course to physics basics, because we have a lot of students, a lot of international students. And for example, we have also students from the electrical side, not only from the mechanical side, also from the electrical side. And all the students, we have to have the same base at the beginning. And this laboratory course helps us to have the same base. So we have physics basis, we have electronic basics, we have heat transfer, we have hydraulic basis, radiation, battery testing, Kaplan turbines, solar collectors, wind channels, and so on. So they make practical works on this laboratory, inventory, and then they are learning. And then the students see, okay, I have to learn a little bit more about, for example, thermodynamics, and then, or the other see that they have learned more about electronics. And so we have then the same base. Then we have this scientific research seminar. It's a general model for all the masters. And you have here individual tasks for normally 2 students. And then they make a lot of research and reports then. Then we have in the second term the numerical method and the computational simulation. Content here, differential equations, solver algorithms, and so on. And then we have also building up an energy system for simulation, flow simulation of selected problems, for example, combustion, heat exchangers, solar panels, and so on. And then the energy policies and the economics. You see we have the content: international and national climate protection policies, national energy legislation and regulation, and so on. Okay, then you have also in this master program, in our RES, Renewable Energy System Master Program, this energy management and energy efficiency, for example. And you have also alternative elective possibilities that are not energy related, and they change every year. Examples from the year 2018. It's, for example, acoustic or technological development, innovation management, and so on. Okay, then the scientific research seminar. Here I only want to show you these topics we have. For example, simulation of a cooling system. Here also 2 students are working on, they are researching, they are trying to simulate this. Here we want to introduce you in a research work, in a research work. We want to learn you here the research methods, the whole infrastructure of our university. We want to learn you, for example, also the situation rules and so on. Okay, and here are some topics. The first I say, for example, here, the last possibility ice storage system concept for district heating and cooling. So there are also interesting topics here. Yeah, and you can choose them. And in the third term, we have this master thesis with 30 ECTS. This is normally in cooperation with the industry or with our research institute. For example, I'm working on our research institute. It's called Institute of Renewable Energies or New Energy Systems. And here you can make also your master thesis. We offer a lot of master themes and yeah, you can work here. And for example, it's also possible to make this master work in cooperation with other universities. Okay, we are truly international. We have lecturers from Spain, South Africa, Brazil, and also our students are going abroad. Here is an example. Here we have a partnership between our university and the Federal University of Paraná. It's in Brazil. And yeah, here we have an exchange of students and we have also a project with this university. Requirement for our master program is you need a Bachelor of Engineering degree or Bachelor of Science, is 210 ECTS. Then normally you should have an energy-related studies or energy-related work experience. We have a lot of students who want to make this master program, and our aptitude test is we are looking at your documents, and then we are looking at the CV, for example, and so on, and then we are deciding which students have related work on energy, for example, and then you get good validation, and then it's better for you. So it's not only important what notes you have. It's also important that you have experience here a little bit. Then knowledge of English, it's clear. Here are, for example, the students of the first year and the lab engineers. Here you say we are really international. Students from Asia, from India, from Turkey, from America. So a lot of international students. Some students also from China. So the last slide I want to show you is this energy driver at the university, at our university. Here we have this international master program, this RES master program. And here you see the German and English bachelor programs. Since this winter semester, we have also an English bachelor program. Perhaps it's also interesting for you, so-called ESIS. And we have our Institute of New Energy Systems, our INES, where we have about 30 researchers. They're working on projects and make their PhD. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope it's interesting for you. Yeah, and I want to give the word to Nino.
Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. It was really interesting because we have many questions also directed to your study program. But I will continue looking for noting down the questions, and at the end, I will ask all the speakers to join our live Q&A. So right now I will continue sharing my screen, and now we have our two guest speakers who will be talking about Master of Smart Energy Systems. Even though the program was not presented yet, we already have questions for you as well, which is really nice because I think the students or attendees were already interested in the program and they had a look at it before joining today's webinar. So the floor is yours, and we are very happy to hear your presentation.
Thank you, Nina. I will start the presentation. I will start with sharing my screen, and I hope you will see the presentation. Let me just click on it. Okay. Can you tell me if you can see my screen and the presentation?
Yes, now yes.
Okay, perfect. So, welcome to the presentation of Ansbach University of Applied Sciences. My name is Veronika Jancokova, and by the way, I was also an international student in Germany because I originally come from Slovakia. So I know your journey very well. Now I work in the International Student Advisory Service, Career Service, and Alumna. And my colleague, Mr. Dr. Gerd Hofmann, works on campus in 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, and he works as coordinator and research associate. I will start with our presentation because I will do a short introduction about our university, and Mr. Hofmann will then introduce the master's degree program Smart Energy Systems to you. We will then be both for you here if you have any questions. And I would also like to invite you to get in touch with me because we also offer video consultations, and I will be happy to answer your questions if you have questions about studying in Ansbach or in 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, or questions about application documents and much more. So feel free to contact us at any time. Let's start with the location. As you can see on the map, Ansbach is located in Bavaria. Ansbach is a small city with small town flair, but it is located in the metropolitan region Nuremberg, and you can reach Nuremberg in about 30 minutes by train. As you can see, Ansbach has a very good location because there are also another cities like Munich and Stuttgart not far away. And thanks to this location, the living costs in Ansbach are not so bad compared to another big cities. As you can see on the right side, Ansbach also has another campuses in Rothenburg, Herrieden, Weißenburg, and in 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘥𝘓. And in 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘥𝘥 there is a campus, and the master's program Smart Energy Systems will be taught there from the winter term onwards. Why should you actually choose Ansbach University of Applied Sciences? We are a young and modern university, we are individual, and we are practice-oriented. Ansbach University of Applied Sciences is one of the youngest universities in Bavaria. And as you can see on this picture, this is, for example, our library. Not only the buildings, but also the rooms and the equipment are very modern and well equipped. Our university is a smaller university, but this is very good for our students because they learn and study in small study groups, and the professors can offer top support and mentoring to everyone. We are a university of applied sciences, which means that we are practice-oriented. Our professors have a practical background. They worked in a company or they still work in a company. In the bachelor's programs, there is an integrated practical semester, but there is also a lot of practice in the master's programs, for example, a lot of laboratory work or company projects. Here you can see probably the most popular building on the main campus in Ansbach. And as I already mentioned, we have currently about 3,600 students in 3 faculties, in the Faculty of Business, in the Faculty of Engineering, and in the Faculty of Media. The master's program Smart Energy Systems is part of the Faculty of Engineering, and that's why I would like to welcome Mr. Hofmann again so that he can introduce the program to you. Good, I will stop sharing my screen and then Gerd, the stage is yours.
Okay, I will also start sharing my screen. Hope you can see it right now. Hope this is the case. Can you see it? Okay.
Yes, everything works.
Okay. So also welcome from my side. Welcome to Campus 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘪𝘳𝘓. I will just give you a short introduction to the youngest outpost from Hochschule Ansbach, University of Applied Science. At Campus 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘓𝘓, we have three habitants. It's on one side the course Smart Energy Systems, the master course. Also, we have Energy and Building Technology, which is a study program in the bachelor's degree. And on top, there's also the Bavarian Drone Academy located at Campus 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘓𝑡𝑒𝑟𝑛gen, which is a cross-faculty institution. So we are linked to all the faculties of Hochschule Ansbach. But Smart Energy Systems is part of the Faculty of Technology. Right now, I will focus on smart energy systems. Just to give you a short introduction to smart energy systems, what's the idea behind this master study? Right now, ongoing, we have the energy transition. So this will bring a major change in the energy industry. We have a lot of renewable energy sources right now, such as photovoltaics or wind power, and these are growing steadily. So classic consumers went to prosumers. So this means they not only take energy from big faculties, they also produce energy by themselves, and this energy has to be shared in some kind of network. This increasing decentralization of plants and the increased volatility of the energy production due to changing solar radiation and also to changing weather conditions make need of an intelligent network. So digitalization will enable both these conversations to an economical and renewable energy system, and also secure the supply on a long term. And our aim is to give you the ability to manage, to understand these systems, and to build these systems of tomorrow. To this, I will show you the modules which are part of the Smart Energy Systems study program. In the very first semester, we have energy systems and energy economics, where you just get introduced to all the components and participants in the energy system. In simulation of decentralized energy systems, you get to know the interaction of the individual participants in the system. With the module IoT, technologies and data interfaces, you will get familiar how these energy plants are digitally networked, how you can set up intelligent systems, how you can implement sensors and use internet connection to enable communication of these systems with each others. You also get to know how to program in LabVIEW, which is an easy to learn graphical programming environment. You just have to draw more or less your programs. And you also have a module where you learn the basics of artificial intelligence, which is a very important fact in this technology. We will focus on computer-based problem solving and analysis. Besides, you have an elective course you can select from several offers. For example, with the Bavarian Drone Academy at Campus 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘓𝘕, we will, of course, offer some courses how to fly drones, how to use drones in technical applications like thermography or 3D measurements of buildings. So this will be the plan for the first semester. In the second semester, it will go on with virtual power plant, where you have another essential component for the energy system of the future, namely the decentralized energy producers with the systems for storing and the so-called power-to-X plans for reliable supply. Energy entrepreneurship will just give you an idea what modern startups might look like. We will show you business models through digitalization. So how can you just set up your own business? In optimization and operations research, you learn, you get to know how to use the knowledge and the tools from the first semester, and you will simulate complex systems and optimize them. Then with the project course, Smart Energy System, you can just, again, use your knowledge from the first semester, what you learned in LabVIEW programming and in artificial intelligence basics, how to plan, how to implement an networked energy landscape. Then, oh, sorry for that. Then we have the artificial intelligence applications in the energy systems. So this is just ongoing what we started in the first semester with the artificial intelligence basics. And of course, you have another elective course where you can select whatever you want. In the third semester, we have the master's thesis, and besides a master seminar of scientific work, where we support your work. The master's thesis might take place with different companies in Germany. And then you finish the study with a Master of Engineering in Smart Energy Systems. Okay, let's have a quick look at the requirements. First of all, you need a successfully completed university degree. It's a bachelor's degree in some engineering field, like engineering science, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, physics, computer science, supply engineering, or something comparable. Also, you need 210 ECTS, and you need at least a grade of 2.3 or better in your overall exam. We also require some English language skills on a level B2. So the typical tests like TOEFL, ELTS, Cambridge certificate or comparable will be accepted in this case. We also require some basic knowledge in German language. Here we have level A2. Again, we accept several certificates like Deutsches Sprachdiplom from Goethe-Institut, TestDerf, or comparable. So it's up to you where you get your certificate. If you fulfill all these facts, you at least have to write a letter of motivation, 200 to 500 words in English, German, it's up to you. just to show why you are motivated to study this master program. Then for the application, you can start the master's program only in the winter semester. The application is possible only online via our application portal. It will be open next year in May. All your documents must be uploaded in the application portal, and we require a preliminary review documentation by UniAssist, which is issued for our university. Just a hint, usually it takes 4 to 6 weeks, so submit these documents early if you decide for Ansbach University of Applied Science. Okay, so further information can be found on the homepage of Hochschule Ansbach. There you get a study overview. Then we also have a homepage of Campus 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥, where you can have a closer look of all our offers. And to get an idea for 𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘪𝘥, you can have a look at 𝘱𝑢𝑡 where you just have a lot of pictures of the city, just to get an idea what it is to study in 𝘱𝘱𝘢𝘥𝘥𝘪𝘥. So if you have further questions, feel free to contact us, as Ms. Jancokova already told. Here you can find my contacts. And then I will just hand over to Nino again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting. I hope everyone can hear me. So we have so many questions. Usually we have questions about requirements, but this time I think from both of the speakers, from all of the three speakers, the requirements were so well presented that we don't have so many questions about requirements, but this time we have very interesting questions. I noted down some of them. One is about the transfer students. Is it possible to transfer to the program from a different country, or should the students better apply directly?
Nino, you probably mean that, for example, someone is studying at another university, but he or she doesn't want to finish the program, but he or she would like to continue at our university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yes. So basically, this is possible, but the person or the student has to have an exact amount of ECTS point, and I think it will be better when I share the link with a student, because there are these requirements. It's yeah, you can see it there, and yeah, I will send it. But I think in every case, maybe Gerd, you will tell something else, but I think it's better when the students also get in touch with us, so we can ask the student services again and yeah, take a look, because every case is different.
Yeah, actually, from my case, I know that even transferring from a German university to a German university is already a bit problematic, because recognizing the subjects and the user have to compare all the syllabuses and everything. So it's easier to apply from the beginning, and if you do the same field, then you will refresh your knowledge or learn something more.
Yeah.
Okay. We had several questions about the previous degree, but it was well said and also well shown on a slide. What are the previous degree requirements and GPA requirements? So I will not be asking this. However, we had a question about also elective courses. Is it possible to attend elective courses from an absolutely different field, for example, management and others?
I would say management is not a completely different field, because as I have shown, we will help the students get an idea how to set up their own business. So management will be in the same field, more or less. In the end, it's up to the study director if he accepts different classes. The important thing is that you have the right amount of ECTS to fulfill the requirements in this case. And the subject, the content has always to be cleared with the study director.
Okay, thank you. There was one question about GPA. It said 2.3. We suppose it's German, right, or American? GPA.
Yes, it's the German grade system.
Yeah. So for the one who was asking this, it was German, as I think Eileen has already answered it. Then students are really interested about job opportunities and internships. Is it possible to elaborate about this, and also maybe internship without German? Is it also doable? Or of course, it's better to know the language always. However, if someone is just starting now, can he or she still have a hope?
In our case, no. We have these requirements of some basic German knowledge. It's just to make sure that the students can get in touch with the locals and learn something about culture and get involved in the daily life. So from our side, without any at least basic knowledge in German, it's not possible to apply for the study.
Okay, thank you.
Nino, can I interrupt you for a second? Sure. Because I would like to add something. So back to the first question, I have figured out that the transition is probably possible only in the bachelor's degree programs, because I can't find any information for master's degree programs. So as you already mentioned, I don't know if it's even possible, but if so, it would be very difficult. Also because the master's program only takes 3 semesters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, this person was asking about a master's.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are in the first semester in the Cyprus International University.
Okay. So yeah, I think it makes more sense to apply it from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's usually I was also expecting this answer. We also have a participant attendee or student already, who is unlike me, very much into the topic and asks about the depths of the program, saying that, do we practically talk about systems like biofuels? I think the outline of the program was already shown. This is a very into detail question. So Eileen has already shared the link to the study program. And the program description is there. You can find all the details there, but if any of you would like to brief or answer this question, you're also welcome. And also, Veronika, you can also share the link for bachelor like how to transfer to a bachelor degree in a chat if you wish, or you can send it to us and we will communicate with the participants. Thank you.
Okay, so I will try to answer the question about the depth of the study. So biofuels are a very current topic of research. So right now we don't have any attendees to involve biofuels in the normal curriculum. It's more some kind of research topic. So if you finish the master program and you just go on, for example, with a PhD and do some research, this might be more on track with biofuels. For smart energy systems, it's more the overview of these lots of different systems and how they can interact. So it's not the depth, but it's the amount of systems which is challenging in this case.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't want to repeat myself, but I have to ask again something regarding the GPA. If the person, because the grade was announced, and it's really nice because otherwise we would have lots of questions about the grade, but still some students are asking if there is not the exact 2.3. However, the person has work experience more than 2 years, and the rest of the criteria are also satisfied or met. Is it possible to try to apply, or it's very sharp?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
It's really, really sharp.
Okay.
It's just mathematics.
Okay, thank you. So the answer was very strict. However, it's also good to know. All right. For all of the ones who have questions regarding the requirements and the German language and so on, everything was said already and shown as well. Eileen has shared the link to the study program, to the requirements, so many things, GPA calculators, and you can see the course website, which I will share again, so that you can see all the requirements there before we finish the webinar, and you can note this down. So
I also, I think you already talked about that, but there was a person asking about internship in the program. What are the options, I think, or if there is a mandatory internship?
Yes, so the internships and work experiences, I think it was a bit elaborated already.
Yes,
but,
of course.
Yeah, if you wish, Dr. Hofmann, you can still intervene.
I mean, internships are great, but the whole study is just 3 semesters. So in the first semester, you just get an idea how everything works, and then the second semester you have to get in deep, and to start an internship. The second semester will be the first chance, but half a year internship. This will be followed by the master's thesis. So the master thesis will be more or less some kind of internship where you get in contact with local companies and you can get work experience. In my opinion, it's just too short to integrate some internships in the study.
Thank you so much. I've been also answering the questions in a Q&A, and I've been sharing the link to your page so that everyone who wants to know, or who maybe joined later and wants to know the requirements, can check the page. And if you did not get your answer right now, don't be discouraged. You can just send us an email, or just a second, I will be sharing my screen. So we already have the Q&A session, and you can see on the screen our email. The emails by the speakers were also shared on the slides, so you could have noted them down, and you can always ask us, so we can transfer your questions to the program representatives, and yeah, the communication will be there and you will get the answers to the questions. You can also text us on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere around social media where you like or where is more comfortable for you. I would like to thank everyone, especially our guest speakers. Unfortunately, our third guest speaker could not attend the Q&A, but I hope he will see the recording and he'll hear our thankfulness to him as well. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, attendees, for actively participating in Q&A and also attending the webinar till the end. I hope, and we all hope, that you liked it. And Eileen has already shared or will share the links, direct links, so that you could also give us some stars for us to be motivated to continue doing this similar subject webinars or some other general webinars which you always like to attend, like scholarship, visa, and so on. But it's also always very nice to have this direct connection, so to say, even though it's e-connection, but still with the program representatives, with the universities, and to ask the questions directly and to get the answers. So we will be happy to have some of your feedback. If you have some suggestions, we will also try to improve it. So thank you so much, everyone. If any of you has anything to add, you are very welcome to do it. If not, then Eileen will end today's webinar.
All right, everyone, thank you very much and hope to see you in our upcoming webinars. Bye-bye.